guys, today I'm here with a super simple drugstore skincare routine and makeup look. Really simple on both ends. As a YouTuber, makeup junkie, skincare junkie, I can overcomplicate things. I think we can both agree on that. But we don't all need to do a bajillion step skincare routine. So I wanted to dial it back to basics, make sure it's something affordable, great for back to school if you are headed back to school, or you're probably already back by now, if you are going back to work, or if you just don't either have the money or the time to spend a bunch of time on skincare and makeup. This is also a great routine if you are more acne prone as well. And the reason I bring that up is because this video is sponsored by and in partnership with Panoxyl. We're going to be chatting about their acne creamy wash. As you know, I have acne prone skin right now. It is definitely getting under control, but I've got a few breakouts and some redness and things going on right now. I don't know what's up. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So if you're not already familiar with the Panoxyl face washes, there are two different versions. The one that I'm going to be using today is the Panoxyl Acne Creamy Wash. This has benzoyl peroxide at 4%. This is their daily control version, so it helps to clear any existing acne, helps to kill any bacteria of acne that's trying to come onto your face, and this is going to be a little bit better for a more sensitive skin type. And then they also have one that is a little bit more, has a little bit more benzoyl peroxide in there. So this one has 10%. It is their maximum strength. So this is the Acne Foaming Wash, which will just be a little bit stronger on your skin, depending on your skin type, depending on kind of what's going on. You can choose between the two. And the thing that I really like about both of these, you get a ton of product in here. So it's a really nice option if you get acne on your chest or on your back. These can be really effective there. And the benzoyl peroxide is something that doesn't necessarily need to sit on your skin in something like a gel or a lotion, especially if you find that to be too harsh on your skin. Using it in a cleanser will still be effective for any kind of upcoming acne or any existing acne that you have on your face. So the way that you use it, it's just a face wash. It's very simple. You want to wet your skin. Of course, you want to have clean skin. You put it on your face and rub it in, or rub it on your face for about a minute or two. It'll get really creamy. Then you just rinse it off and pat dry. Something I do want to say though is if you are using this at night, remove your makeup first, so then you're going in with a clean face so that you can actually get the active ingredient onto your skin, as opposed to using it to remove your makeup. So I'll go ahead and link these down below if you would like to check them out for yourself. Really readily available, great price as well, super affordable, and like I said, you get tons of product in here, so it does a really good double duty if you do happen to have any body acne. But let's go ahead and move into the rest of the routine. You're going to be shocked because there's only 2 more steps. I know, who is she? The next step is a hyaluronic acid, and I feel like if you are newer to skincare, this is definitely something great to incorporate into your routine, but the term hyaluronic acid can be a little bit intimidating, but it is great for all skin types, especially if you do have acne. I know in my teens, lemons and salt hit my face, rubbing alcohol hit my face. It was just a really bad time, and I did no hydrating. So I've talked a lot about hydrating your skin and ensuring that you have a nice balanced skin type. That can also be really helpful if you have a more acne prone skin type, although it can seem a little bit counterintuitive, we'll say. So the hyaluronic acid that I'm using today is from the Inky list. It does not burn. It's really nice. It absorbs quickly into the skin, feels hydrating. Even if you have like want to put like just a smidge of water on your face when you put this in there, because this holds water really well, this will help to hydrate your skin as well, and it will not make you feel greasy. I 99% promise. No 100% guarantees on this channel, but I think you'll really enjoy it. And then once that absorbs into the skin, you want to go in with a moisturizer. This one has an SPF in there, which is such a good bonus. I know when I was in school, SPF didn't hit my face. Even in the summer, it's not okay. So I'm using the Cerave Ultralight Moisturizing Lotion. The reason I picked this out is because it has an SPF of 30 in there, which is great because not everybody is going to be reaching for a separate SPF. We have to face the facts. So if this is the only SPF you get in there, this is a really good option. This one is for normal to oily skin. They have another one that's better for a little bit drier skin as well, but it is really nice and light. I don't find that it turns me like purple or gray or anything like that, so I can wear this on its own. Today I am putting on makeup, and again, this has hyaluronic acid in there, which is great, the ceramides, which all help to hydrate the skin, but it doesn't make me feel greasy, and it is one that has a more matte, kind of matte, satin matte finish. So this is a really good option if you're looking for an SPF that is not greasy, that also is a moisturizer. this is it. So moving into the makeup, I tried to keep it as simple as possible. This is definitely more makeup than I wore in high school. But the first thing I did use, which a lot of you turned me on to, is the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. A lot of you were like, you have to try it. So I have really been liking this, and the reason that I like this is because primers can be a little bit tricky, like primers that come in a tube, and they can really kind of mess up your makeup sometimes. Like some are so good and they make your makeup better, but some are really bad and make your makeup worse. So I feel like this is really easy. It doesn't really feel like anything on your skin, but it does help with oil control. It does have a little bit of an aggressive mist, so don't hold it too close to your face, but this is what I started with. And then for my actual kind of base, this is what I used to do in high school, mostly because I couldn't find a match for foundation, but I would mix a moisturizer with a foundation. And the reason I also wanted to mention this too is because you can really choose your coverage. So I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, which is a full coverage foundation, but as you can see, like you can still see my freckles and everything today because I used about 75% of a pump and I mixed it with 2 small pumps of the Cerave moisturizer. So depending on if you have a lot of breakouts or if you want a full coverage or you want something light, this way you're only spending money on one foundation and one moisturizer and getting a bunch of products, as opposed to having something light coverage, something medium coverage, something full. And I always recommend, if you have an oilier skin type, using less foundation is better, so you don't want to buy like a medium coverage and have to put on like 3 layers, because if you have oily skin, that's only going to get oilier, or if you have acne and texture, it can just feel really heavy on your skin. I know when I had really bad cystic acne, the last thing I wanted was a bunch of layers on my face, but I wanted the coverage. So this really gives you the flexibility to kind of choose, and you're saving a couple bucks. And after I did my kind of concoction for my tinted moisturizer, I did do a little spot concealing. I always like to spot conceal after I've done my foundation. If you have, say, a big breakout right here, you don't necessarily need a ton of coverage all over your face if you wanted to do that, right? So you can just kind of spot conceal. I used the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover, something that was more close to my skin tone, as is something brighter that I would put under my eyes, and just pat it on that spot. So I get the coverage here, but I still get overall a lighter look on the rest of my face. If I was wearing the NYX foundation as like a super full coverage, I would probably use a concealer, but because I'm wearing it more like a tinted moisturizer, I skipped concealer today. I feel like that can be sometimes a little bit more youthful, especially because I have freckles and I really like showing them off. So I just used the Makeup Revolution Bacon Blot. You know how much I've been loving this, just to brighten up my under eyes a little bit without adding any actual concealer there. And one of my favorite powders ever that I recommend to anybody who asks me for a powder recommendation is the Covergirl Outlast All Day. I think this has new packaging now, but this does an amazing job for oil control, and it's also a great touch-up powder if you want to take it with you in your book bag or your bag to touch up throughout the day. I think this is just such an incredible powder. It doesn't have a ton of color or pigmentation, but like I said, it does an incredible job with oil control. For my bronzer, I actually used a face powder. The Rimmel line, the Stay Matte, they actually released new shades a little while back, and I fell in love with one of the deeper shades as a bronzer in Pecan. So if you have trouble at the drugstore finding a bronzer for your skin tone, don't forget to look in face powders, because I mean, for the most part, a powder is a powder, and I really love the look of this. It's long wearing, it is matte, so it sticks around on the skin really well, and it's super blendable and buildable. Because it is a face powder, it's not gonna have a ton of pigmentation in there. So if you're not used to putting bronzer on your face, that's a great option as well. And then for my blush, I wanted to pick something that was double duty because I wanted to skip highlighter. I mean, like, as always, take from this what applies to your life, but I figured to make things easier, I would pick out a blush that also gave me a little bit of glow. So this is the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted blush in the shade Fantastical. So it gives me like a little bit of peachy pink, and then it also gives me a little bit of glow without having any glitter or anything too shimmery in there. Oh my god, I should also say, I was gonna film the makeup portion of this and like go back to my makeup vanity, but I was like, I did not have a vanity when I was in school. I remember when I graduated university, I was so pumped that I could turn my studying desk into a vanity. I was like, I can sit down and do my makeup, this is it. But before that, it was, you know, always bathroom makeup. So before I go and put on my mascara and whatnot, I sprayed my face again with the Oil Control Primer Mist, kind of using it like a setting spray. I already have it there, helps to lock things in place. And I do this before my mascara because sometimes if your mascara is not dry and you go and put on any kind of mist, it can just get a little bit messy. So I just kind of prevent that and do this first, and that way your face will also set to before you kind of, if you have to like run out the door, you're not running out with like a wet face. But definitely if you are using this as more of a setting spray, hold it back a little bit further because it is It's got quite a spray on it. Then for my eyebrows, I don't really fill in my eyebrows, you know, whether it's a natural look or not. I've kind of fallen off of that ever since I started getting my brows threaded. But using a newer brow gel to me that I've been enjoying quite a bit, it's the NYX Bear With Me. So it has good hold and it's clear, which I enjoy. I've definitely like a clear brow gel. I don't know why I don't really like colored brow gels as much, but I really like this. It has a little brush and gives good hold. And then for my mascara, probably no surprise here, I wanted to throw in the L'Oreal Lash Primer. A lot of people, I mean, I don't know if people are wearing false lashes to school, probably now. There was definitely no false lashes when I was in school, and like if you're wearing falsies to school, bless you. But I'm just not really that much of a false lash person, so to get really big lashes, I use the L'Oreal Voluminous Eyeshadow Primer. Or not eyeshadow, eyelash primer, and then I followed it up with the Rimmel Wonderluxe Volume. I've really been enjoying this. It doesn't need a primer necessarily, but I just find adding this primer to any mascara always gives a really gorgeous look. And when I'm doing something a little bit more fresh and natural, I love to have big lashes, but I actually don't put anything on my bottom lashes because I find it can tend to look a little bit dark. But again, that's personal preference, or you could just put it on like the outer corner and not the inner corner if you want to go that route. But I really like these two paired together, and this is like so cheap. It's kind of like the drugstore forgot about it and the price has stayed the same. So it's a really good addition to your makeup routine. And finally, I went with an absolutely classic lip product, something really comfortable that feels hydrating, has a little bit of color, easy to reapply, and affordable. It's the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Angel Food Cake. There's a bajillion different shades of these, but this is a really good option if you're looking for something, again, another kind of forgotten drugstore product. And I feel like they have decent wear time, even though it is more of a gloss. They kind of have a good texture that kind of sticks around on your lips, and I really love this color. So there you have it. Hopefully you felt that this was more simplified. I know still it was probably overcomplicated, at least the skincare. The skincare was definitely simple, straightforward. The makeup is what I kind of do when I'm looking for something more natural, and if I was to go back to school for some reason, this is the kind of thing that I would definitely wear to school, something that feels like a little bit more simple. And although these are all drugstore products, that by no means speaks to how effective they are, like that Covergirl powder, that L'Oreal mascara primer, you've heard me mention those a million times. These are all products that I truly love that kind of just happen to be very affordable, and you can add this cleanser to the mix. So thank you to Panoxyl for sponsoring this video, and like I said, I will have it linked down below if you would like to check it out for yourself or somebody else in your life as well if they are struggling with acne. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. And I have nowhere to put the cleanser, but I'm under my arm. Bye!